Good morning and welcome to another episode of On Point Adventures. So we're back on my favourite river system, which is the Moore River. It is 9:15 in the morning. We've got about a 15-minute steam to our first spot, and we're going to see whether we can smack a whole heap of fish in the middle of the day, just to show you that it is possible. Here we go. Right, so we're just about to pull up to our first spot here. I'll just give you a quick run through of the gear we're going to start on before we go over to chest cam. So we're going to be using the Daiwa Infeet 752. So it's a 7'5" rod. It's a two-piece. We've just got some PE 0.8 braid, but we'll be starting by pitching around the little FLT. I'm still going to call it a baby vibe. It's a baby vibe copy, but we're going to see how that runs today. We're just going to pull up to this section here, which is snags, which comes off onto some flats. So yeah, we'll start by just working the drop off the flats, which goes from about, I guess, half a foot of water down to, we're in 2.5 here. And then as we work further up, we get into these snags and see how they go. So I'm going to put you over to the chest cam, and so you can, first person view with us, and we'll see if we can get into some fish. Let's go. Motor off. Right, so we've got quite a high amount of water in this river at the moment, and that's just due from some recent rains that we've had. And what we're fishing here is we're fishing a snag complex that runs the whole way up. But what you can see here from just in there, that's a root system, and that tree actually runs the whole way out, probably 30 metres off the bank there, 30 or 40 metres off the bank. So what we're doing is we're just pitching the vibe straight up onto the end of this snag here, straight up into the wind, and then we're just letting it sink and then slowly vibing it out. Now you don't have to give these things huge hops. A lot of the time I'll use a shorter rod to sort of try and restrict my hop height. But yeah, so we're just hopping it off the ends of these snags here. We'll go up and work each one of these snags with a vibe, and if we don't have much luck with the vibe, we'll go back over it with either a crank or a plastic. And if that doesn't work, then we'll head further upriver to some beautiful, beautiful snags up around the bend. But yeah, that's practically what we're doing this morning. And really just enjoying this scenery because it is absolutely magic. There we go, there was a bite. Straight away from underneath this little tea tree. There we go, got him. I've never seen a rat like this before in my life. But have a look at this, we'll get him in here. Look at how small he is. But look at how far he's taken that bait junkie down. He absolutely was not going to let his mates get a hold of that. That was his. Oh my goodness. But at least we found one. There you go. Oh, I wish that strike was on camera. This guy nailed the Kadachi right at the boat. Oh, and he gone. Well, that was a self-release on that one. But he nailed that Kadachi right at the boat there. Just from literally just ripping the Kadachi over the top of those snags in there and pausing it, and he just came up and bit at it. So that was quite cool. But yeah, they've certainly been a bit quieter up the top end of this river, which is okay, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Would have liked to have seen a bit more action, would have been nice. So I decided to start vibing a bit deeper on the red baby vibe, and this is what we came up with. We've come up with a brim that is not much bigger at all than that lure. Now, I mean, does that tell you that the lure's great and that any fish will hit it? Or does it tell you that, I don't know. I don't know what it tells me, but Christ, that's unbelievable. As I said, what a small brim to try and eat that lure. Hungry, obviously hungry that one was. There he is. Oh, beautiful. Not a big fish at all, but we've pulled up onto the stretch that we know really well, and straight away the brim have come out to play. So it's on a different colour bait junkie than what I'd usually fish here. But, you know, tiny fish, but where there's small fish, there's big fish here. So it's just going to be a matter of just keep pinning casts. I'm trying to work as parallel to the bank as I can, just as it starts dropping off, because I think that's where the fish will be sitting. Oh, there we go, there was another bite. Oh, come on. They're right on that plastic. You can see the ticking in the line there. There he is. It's just skull drag, this one. God, that's the smallest grunter ever. Well, I'm finding there's that many tiny fish today. I mean, another baby grunter in consecutive casts. Oh, how do they manage though to tie this plastic up the way they do? Unbelievable like that. So there's 2 and 2 casts. Can we make this 3 and 3? Can we go the hat trick? So straight up the bank again there, just on the, you can see that sort of smooth line where it goes into a bit of wind chop. And can we make it 3 out of 3? Well, I mean, they're biting it. There he is. Oh! Hopefully, now that they're making a bit of commotion, it'll fire some of the bigger fish up. Tighten that drag up a little bit, but I don't think we're going to make it 3 from 3. No hat trick today, I don't think. Nope, I think we've done our dash. We're right off the drop off there, fishing into that deeper water. Now I am using a slightly heavier jig head today too on this. We're using a 1/12 number 2, and that's just because we've got a bit more wind today, and I'm trying to cast really long up into it, and then yeah, as I said, try and work that smooth line into the, you know, into the rougher water, and bang again. So come on. Oh, they've curled that plastic up. I wonder if I put a baby vibe up in there, whether or not we can get them to bite a vibe now. Because to be honest with you, the vibe this morning has not been performing at all, which is quite strange because I really expected it to. So what we'll do, we'll quickly bang that up. As I said, we're just gonna push that vibe straight up into that exact same spot that we've been getting all the bites, and this will tell us a story. Do they want to eat vibes? Doesn't look like it. Not even really getting a tick. So it might just be a morning of sticking on the plastics in this area on the rocky drop-off. And it shows the importance, guys, of not sticking to one lure. Like really just keep yourself versatile, because we've just worked that pretty much that same area for not even a single hit on the vibe. And we'll put another quick cast in with the plastic and see if that. Oh, put him back there. There we go. There we go. Back on the plastic. So we'll put this plastic in that exact same spot again. And down it goes. And there we go. Bites straight away and fish on. So that just shows, guys, like that vibe went into that exact area. This, once again, is just another little baby fish that is not going to grow, but it shows we're getting numbers up now. You know, we're getting a lot of fish. Whoa, sorry, little fella. Let's just throw you back over there. And it's showing that the midday bite can be okay. Okay, so right up there by about 40 meters, probably going to be just out of casting distance. There's just, yeah, by 5 meters, there was a brim that just had, a big brim that just had his back out the water. And, he would have been a lovely fish. But at least they're feeding a bit harder up there. As I said, we haven't moved further up. I mean, we were just on the other side of that rock there, and we've moved up just a little bit closer to those shags, and we're just going to gently creep up there, you know, casting and spot locking along the way. I like the spot lock because it means you can. That sounded like a wind knot. Do we have a wind knot? Oh, it doesn't look like we do. Definitely sounded like one going through the guides. If you do hear what you think's a knot going through the guides, always check it, guys. Don't just let it sit there. It's not the right thing to do. Straight away. So it just shows that they're not interested. Oh, look at this. That's just come off those rocks. And we've got a little tailor. That just goes to show that this river system's nice and healthy, and I'm glad he didn't touch my lead or let go of my plastic. A little tailor that's just come directly out of those rocks there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. They must be just feeding right up on the bank there. Ah, a little tailor. Who would have thought? Well, wasn't that a trying morning? Look, we still got a ton of fish, an absolute ton of fish. Let me just turn this motor on and we'll just pull out of here. But yeah, I mean, we got a ton of fish, which was really good. However, the size was so far down compared to what we're used to. But I guess that shows the reality of fishing. You can't get it good every time. Although, if I was a general punter looking just to have a fun morning out with the kids, then that was excellent. I mean, we still got high numbers of fish. As I said, they were just small. Even the tailor, I mean, that was an absolute tiny tailor. But anyway, guys, I hope that just shows you that you can certainly go out in the middle of the day and catch fish. It's midday now, which is why I'm going to start heading back to the ramp. Got to go pick the kids up from school. But all the same, fun morning out. Really, you can't complain. Much better than sitting at home on the couch, I reckon. Anyway, until the next episode, guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you later.